Howdy folks, welcome to episode 32. Today we are going to do some more work on the CV, and I'm heading there right now since I had to go back to the planet to get a few more things. So we will get up here, and you can see when we get there you'll be able to see that I made a few more changes here. So let's see, we'll sit this here. And so yeah, I put the sides on the main fuselage here, on the main body. I put some stuff on the sides. I closed up the back of the nacelles, and I put some turrets on the front, and I also did a little on the interior. So let's see, we'll go out here, and I also put in a gravity generator. So down here, we'll start down here. I put in a gravity generator, and so this is going to be the docking bay where the ship comes in. So you can grab oxygen here. I've got the tanks in and everything, and obviously we have our health, our medical, and our cloning chambers, and we have our, here we go, we have our warp drive tank here, and there's an extra cockpit here. Now I put a cockpit here because if you're coming in from a landing and you just want to move the ship, you don't have to run through the ship, because I had to do that with the Beeblebrox a bunch of times in Season 2, and it got annoying. So I did a few little stylistic changes here. I put these in, which means I need to change that too, because that looks silly now. But I put in these little changes here. I put the railings, and I made these match the contour, and I moved some lights around a little bit. I still got to do a bunch on the lights, obviously. And then here, to go across this, I put this little railing, so that's kind of nice looking. And down here I haven't done anything significant yet, so this is just a big open room, and I'm going to put some plots in here, some garden plots and stuff. And so this is, let's see if I have a flashlight here. Yeah, so this matches all the way across now too. So there's that, and then I put in the oxygen tanks and filled them all up. So that's where we are right now, and I wanted to continue here. And so one of the things I wanted to do was put on a thingy on the back here. So let me put in a, there we go, a symmetry plane, and I want to put in these. Let's see. Now, like I've showed you before, I use this block to find the position that I want, and I think that's backwards. So let me see. I think that's, yeah, that's what I'm looking for. So yeah, what I'm going to do is this, and I'm going to make this contoured down. So instead of just cutting off at the back, it'll actually look, quite a few of my recent ships have had this look, and I did not want to do that, but I can correct that in a minute. So every 2 blocks you go across, you can also go down a block, and it'll keep the contour. So we'll do this all the way down, and you can see the form taking shape here. And we'll get another row of this and see how this matches up on the back. So it looks like it's going to run off the edge a bit, which is fine, I think. I can either chop that off flat, or I can make it like a little tail. And actually I kind of like the little tail. Again, that matches, if you look at like the Spadoinkle, the back end has that little thing over the thruster that's coming out the back too. So it kind of matches the big ship with the little ship. So, and then I can, let's see, I can take this, and I can probably put that upside down too. So we'll go like this, and do that, and match that. And that looks even better. Okay, so then I'm going to have to figure out how to do the back end of this, but I'll probably just leave it open, unlike the other nacelles. So yeah, that'll work. And then I want to put some glass in here. Obviously, I'll probably want to put some glass in here. Obviously, it'll be this piece. And We can spin this around. And let's see, where's that match up? Should probably match this up on the bottom so that I don't so I don't end up with a weird piece. So do I want it to go like that? Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So we're gonna put these up here. And there we go. So in episode 33, in the next episode, I'm going to go do some adventuring. We're going to take a break from building because I don't want to do a million building episodes in a row. I know people probably get sick of that after, you know, it's cool for a little bit, but then, you know, when you have a million of them, it's like, yeah, you know, do something else, dude. So let's see, do I want like that? Yeah. Okay, we'll do this. Put this glass in here. So yeah, next episode is going to be some adventuring of some kind or another. Hurley and I will get together and do something fun. So I gotta match that on the other side and close this in. So why don't I do that, and I will be back in a minute. Alright guys, here we go. We finished up this little area here. So as you can see here, I've got little curvies all over the place because that apparently is the theme of this thing. Apparently I've decided that. And so I put in these little railings here on the stairway for additional effect, and also these here on the front, change the stylized entrance there, and so I'll have to do that on these as well. And at some point, yeah, because that's just not going to match the way it is. And the other thing I wanted to do here was the front. So we'll get the cockpit going. And we can probably put the core somewhere else as well, since we're up here. And we'll take the core out. Whoa, and and the gravity just turned off. So yeah, let's find a spot to put the core, because that'll be a useful thing to have. And actually, can probably put it up here by the warp engines on the ceiling, maybe, or in the back in the tail section here. Maybe that would be a good way to fill this in, would be to have the core. So we'll put this here, and we can probably put it up a little bit too. So why don't I put something underneath it first? And I just put this, because we're going to put the core up. So we'll put, I'm just putting that to put it on top of it so we can put it there. Okay, because it's not going to be sitting on the ground. I want it to be kind of encased in something. And so we will build a decorative thing around that in a little bit. But first I wanted to get the front going here, so at least we have kind of an enclosed ship. And we'll get some blocks out here, and we also need some windows. And as you can tell by my hotbar, I'm kind of considering doing the whatchamacallits. Let's see, and we can probably take this out too, because the cockpit is not going to be huge. It doesn't need to be extra wide. So I kind of figure it's going to be almost like a Millennium Falcon type of cockpit. But yeah, we won't need a ton of blocks over here. So let's see, we can put some glass maybe. Let's get this axis back up, and we'll put some glass on here. And so I want to maybe come out like this, and then have this kind of widen out into a ball type thingy. So let's see, we could have it go on a diagonal like this, and then come out flat again, and then go on a diagonal again. If it'll let me sit it there, there we go. And then we can put flat pieces across the front here. And how many wide is that? It's only 3. Okay. So I will probably, whoops, we'll probably just put this in place with the single panels, and then when I get the shape worked out, if there's double or quadruple panels to put in there, I can do that. And so yeah, I want it to be kind of almost like an aquarium type thing where you can kind of look out at various angles. So let's see, yeah, I want this to come up another one, I think. So we'll go like this. And I don't know why these things are being so twitchy today, although it would be surprising if they weren't. So we'll go here, and this would have been easier if I did it the first time. Come on. Oh, come on, seriously. There we go. Okay, and this is going to be fun with the twitchies on this thing. And we'll spin it that way. Okay, and then this is going to come out on a diagonal. So we will spin this like that. Come on over here. There we go. And we'll spin it this way. There we go. And I need this little corner piece, which they finally added in. So a lot of this glass is new. It was late in the pre-alpha when they added that. So a lot of us were not we're not used to building with all of the fancy new glass pieces and everything. So it's actually really cool to be able to have that now, because back in the olden days, you can see here there were these 2 pieces and that was it. That was all the glass. And then they added these 3 pieces and we were like, woo! It was exciting. And then they added, you know, a couple more, so it became they added all the other ones after that. So it kind of came in a little bit at a time. Okay, and this can come down like that and match with that. So we'll put, yeah, I think we'll put a big panels here like this, and I don't want the symmetry axis screwing that up, so we'll put big panels here and big panels here, and you can put some panels across the top, these. Let's see how that looks, if that matches up. And come on, right there. Oh, is that not going to match up? Oh, I see. I see. So I'll have to do it this way. Whoops, that's right. You can't sweep with the 2-piece. Okay, so like that. And then we'll go the glass across the top here, across all these pieces. So like that, and come on, there we go. And like that. And that piece will be a double. So I need to put a bottom in here too. Whoops. Need to put a bottom in here and figure out how I'm going to do the glass on the bottom. So I will finish this off and I will be right back. Okay guys, we're back and we finished up the cockpit. As you can see here, it's all glass, and I went for the Millennium Falcon kind of look, as I mentioned. And so when you're inside and you're in the cockpit, not that you ever actually fly like this, but you can actually see from the cockpit. So you can actually fly it around, and it looks like I need more generators. I thought four large ones were going to be enough, but apparently not. So when you go to the external view here, yeah, it's really hard to fly a CV from the internal view. But yeah, the external view, it almost looks like a Bug's compound eye kind of thing, but it's pretty cool, I think. And yeah, let's see, get some sunlight on this thing. And yeah, it looks pretty cool so far. I still need to do a paint job on it, obviously. And so yeah, that's the interior, that's the cockpit anyway. And we'll go back and we still need to do the core because I put that in. So why don't we do something with this. And what I'm thinking is we could do cylinders like this. And yeah, it'll probably need them on the side too. Let's see, like this. Yeah, I think that looks okay. And then we could put glass in front of it, or we could put let's see, we could put these instead. Could put one of these in front of it maybe. Like that. I think that looks okay. Kind of a protection thing. A lot of people tend to put those around. And so yeah, and then we can paint it up with something cool. So let's see, I got my texture and color tools out here. So we could do something like this. Make it look all sciencey and stuff and technologic-y. Is that a word? But yeah, we can do some nice color here, glowing colors. Actually, that kind of glowing green looks kind of interesting. But yeah, we can do something like this. And actually, as long as I've got these out, because I was thinking of doing some painting, probably get the painting going next. And because that's pretty much, we're in the decoration phase now and doing little things. So I think, just like on the chest base, I like the way these, for some reason, I just like the way these things look on, these lights look on these curves. So I'll probably end up doing all those curves like that. And the other thing I fixed up while we were away was I fixed up these hallways, the entrances. So you can tell here I cleaned up so that I could put this curve all the way across. And I also had to open up this and put this because I took the column out of here, so I put these in here. But yeah, I think these will look good in a green, maybe a darker green, like that. And yeah, I could probably change some of the lights to greenish tints too, or something like that. I don't know, that might look interesting. So I'm going to do some painting, and actually let me see what we can do for the floor. What kind of floor textures we have here. We have this, and we have, I don't like that for the floor. We have this, and then we have this, which kind of is a little too industrial, I think, for the inside of this ship for some reason. This one is maybe okay. And what else? We could probably put some of these here and there. And not sure if that makes a good floor. And let's see what other textures we have here. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of think this one would be the best. So I can probably do the floors like this. I can do some walkway type things in different textures. So let me get these textured up and see what kind of colors we want to do. See what kind of colors we can get going here. Because I don't think gray is quite going to cut it for me. But we could do something in a darker gray or even a black. Not sure if the black would work well for the floor. I think it's a little too dark. Dark green maybe? That's too dark too. That green might work. So I guess we'll be doing the ship in a green, probably green and something else type of thing. So then what I can do is I can put these in, and then I can do a walkways. I can do some walkways here from the front to the back in a different texture. So let's see here. We'll get something like this. Maybe. Go like this. Kind of like theater or airplane aisles in various lighting schemes. So yeah, we could do that. And then for the ceiling, I need to figure out what I want to do for the ceiling. these tend to be the ceiling thingies. So there's this one, and then there's also this one. Oh, that has a light on it, so I'll have to use those sparingly. So I think, yeah, I think I'll do the ceilings in this, and I'll put in some other textures like these or whatever, or some of these lights here and there in order to break up the patterns on the ceiling. So I'm going to get that done, and I will be back in a little bit. Alright guys, we are back, and I finished up the painting, and I went kind of crazy with it. So we'll start with the cockpit here, and as you can see here, I painted all the windows white, which is a theme, and you can see out here I did the same thing out here. And so we've got some decoration here too with these little holographic thingies, and so I also added these little passenger areas, and I put some of them in the hallways too. So you can see I think this came out pretty good with the lighting and with the green and everything theme. So there's the little walkways here that go to the different areas. The core is back here. It's probably a little obnoxious right there, but it's the core. It'd be, I think it would actually be cool if there was an animated texture that was scrolling up and down or something like that, or wavering. But yeah, this is the tail end here, the little observation room in the back. Nice view of the moon. It's actually pretty cool. And over here is little quarters, little living quarters, and so we have that there, and also we have over here the basically the living area, the recreation area, and so we have our oxygen tank here, and up in the nacelle, the top nacelles, I've got everything textured up here too, and painted and everything. So I think the decoration makes it look a lot better. And so then we can have some decorations up here too. We have some of these consoles to make it look a little bit more technical and stuff. And then on the bottom we've got the growing plots over here, and I still need a few more thingies to get all the growing plots filled in, but I basically set it up for growing canned vegetables. And so over here we've got the cool little effect on the end of the nacelle, and I kind of like the way these windows look when they're high contrast like this. So I tried various different colors, and I think they look better like that than they did hidden. So I've got a couple extra generators. I still need to add a few more, so I'm gonna have to go back to the planet again to build some more. I did already go back once during the break here. So I've got the oxygen added in. I don't think I had that already, or maybe I did. But anyway, that is, and the other side looks the same. So that is the nacelles, and then down here we have the landing bay, and we have the extra cockpit and an extra passenger seat over here. Lonely little passenger seat by itself. Do I have any? No, I don't have any decorations. Okay, and I still have, as you can see, a few things to put on. I want to put some of these on the bottom of the ship for when it lands on a planet, and put some landing gear and some cannon turrets too, but I'll do those later. Right now we'll go take a look at the outside. So we'll go back here. There we go. And we'll go here. There we go. Now we can actually see. So here is the ship from the outside, and actually it looks a lot better in the light, so I'll have to turn it to get it in the sun. But you can see the lines around the outside. And so what you want to do, when you build a ship, if you want to paint it and decorate it and everything, what you can do is you can just basically start with painting everything in one color, and then just take your second color and just kind of follow the lines. You know, follow some of the lines, but then break off the lines here or there too. So that's, you know, it'll make it look a little bit nicer instead of just, you know, a single color or whatever, and it'll make it look decent. So let me get this back here. and we'll land. And yeah, the landing bay is a little bit small, and so if you have a small SV, you might have some problems trying to land in it. but yeah, so I don't think it's going to work very well with 2 ships, but we'll see. So let me see, I can turn this off, and we'll do this so we can get a nice view of the external here. And the other thing with this is, here we go, okay. The other thing with this ship, where's the sun? Let's find the sun so we can, yeah, so we can point it, there we go. Okay, so the other thing with this ship is that it's really fast. As I noticed, it's probably why it uses so much power, but I mean, it's, you know, like what, 7 Gs of acceleration. It's crazy. It's really crazy. So it's actually a little ridiculous how fast it goes. But it's, I mean, you know, 0 to 60 in like half a second or whatever. So I mean, it's just, you know, you'd be slammed around in this thing. But it handles really great. It turns really great, and I think it looks pretty good. So yeah, we'll have to find something fun to do with it, and I think that's what we're going to do in episode 33. And actually, that's going to be all for episode 32. So please do join me in episode 33, and we'll see what kind of trouble we can get into with our new ship. So we will see you then. Later.